What we want to do is take a look at it and create a born volume operator. We're going to actually create our own. We're going to go ahead and create a node out here. We'll create a sphere. And the way we're going to do this is we need to get information about this sphere, which is a node. So we're going to get a helper, a node, and click out here. There we've got a node. We're going to go ahead and pick which node we want to work with, this sphere right there. And the next thing we need to do is we need to get information about the volume of that sphere. So we're going to get a helper position category called volume position. Now volume position needs a node input. You can see it's highlighted in yellow there. Let's go ahead and make that connection to the node. The only available option is that blue node there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get a standard operator called position and drop him out here. Now position is going to set the position of a particle. We want to set those born particles, and we want to tell them to use the position coming out of this volume position. Because what's happening here is volume position looks at this node, figures out all of its volume positions, and then it's going to output some of those positions to this position operator. In this case, it's going to assign a unique position to each particle. You can see here what's happening is these particles are being born and kind of growing, and some of them are dying in there. We're going to go ahead and change the parameters of born. We're going to say pistol shot all at once. I want to born 200 particles with a lifespan of 80. Let's go ahead and make that pistol shot 500. And so you can see we have 500 particles in here now, and they're all inside of this volume. And of course, volume position has a bunch of different parameters you can modify. One of them very useful is the thickness, and the thickness is going to either pull them into the volume, or a thickness of 0 will kind of leave them out on the surface. So this is a good way to kind of approximate or give the appearance of a certain thin layer of depth. Okay, now that we've got this system built, we're going to go ahead and save it, because it could be really useful later if we want to, anytime we want to born particles inside of a volume. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and right click or drag a rectangle around all of them. Not right click, but drag a rectangle around. And then we're going to right click, and then we're going to say save. And what this is going to do is it's going to give us a save thinking particle nodes. I'm going to go ahead and save it. I'm going to create a new directory called new. We have a TP3 blackboxes directory where we store all a bunch of custom black boxes. So go into new, and we're going to call this one born volume. And what happens is it's going to give us a prompt after this. It says thinking particles save settings, particle groups after loading. And what this means is when we use this black box, do we want TP to create this new group for us, use existing groups, or create new groups, or only use existing groups, or create no groups, or request what to do? We'll go ahead and say request. Okay, so we're going to right click this dynamic set to disable it. Those particles go away. We'll create a new dynamic set, and we'll come over here to our black boxes category. We'll go down to new, the category we just created, and here we have born volume. We'll go ahead and click and drop that out there. And now this is where the request comes into place. It's going to say particle groups after loading. Well, I could say don't create any groups. Use the existing groups. Exist or create basically is going to look for existing groups, and if not, it'll create them, or just a force create new. For now, we'll just say use existing. So we'll go ahead and select the born operator. We'll go ahead and switch this to green particles. And now we scrub, and of course there are no particles being born yet, because we have to actually pick which node we want to use. We'll do that. And now we can see a bunch of particles get born inside that volume. And it's going to use whatever settings we had saved last in this black box. So if you want a certain thickness, go ahead and set that, and then save that black box. Okay, so that's a quick introduction to Born, very simple particle creation, as well as how to create a black box to Born inside of a volume. Let's go ahead and remove that, and we'll go ahead and remove that other dynamic set.